So J. Cole has finally dropped his long-anticipated album KOD, and it has the internet buzzing, whether it be praise for the album or just discussing the shots taken at rappers. The whole album has shots of the new wave sprinkled in it, but where he really begins to go in on this new generation who has been screaming fuck J. Cole is the song 1985. This song personally is my favorite on the album, and the minimalist flow and the beat go really well together as Cole just effortlessly bars up these new generation rappers and gives them some facts to go along with it. So despite what you've been hearing on the internet or the impression you may get from this song, I don't think J. Cole hates these new rappers. For one, he's been seen hanging around Adam22, who is known for being a gatekeeper in terms of the new generation of rappers, someone who is actually responsible for helping Lil Pump get as big as he is, and is someone who has actually previously made fun of J. Cole himself and has said things like fuck J. Cole on Twitter. I think the whole fuck J. Cole movement, co-opted by Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, and Lil Yachty, just to name a few, is just something that is sort of a meme at this point, and I think J. Cole is smart enough to realize that. He addresses this in a bar where he says, "Congrats cause you made it out your mama's house, hope you make enough to buy your mom's a house." There's another bar on the album as well where Cole begins to talk about how these people are using his name to get theirs bigger and how he understands that, and I think that's very mature of Cole to understand where these people are coming from and to understand that these people are coming from nothing and that they're just using his name as a way to get money. But at the end of the day, Cole is a lyricist and he isn't going to tolerate the disrespect that these new wave guys are giving him. That's why on the same songs he delivers bars such as, "I must say by your songs I'm unimpressed, but hey, I do love to see a black man get paid." Later in the song, Cole begins to go in on drug culture and how these rappers are promoting this kind of lifestyle to young youth, especially young white kids who listen to hip hop to vicariously be black. A lot of people suspect that this song was directed at Lil Pump initially because of all the references to drugs and talk of little rappers. While everything in the song seems like it could be shots at Pump, he also mentions, like I said earlier, that he likes to see a black man get paid. The problem is with Lil Pump is that he isn't black, so is J. Cole really talking about Pump? And this is where it gets interesting. A lot of people are starting to scramble to figure out who is J. Cole exactly talking about. A lot of people have suggested that it may be Lil Yachty he's talking about because some of the things in the song fit him as well, but personally I don't think that's the case. The song talks about rappers going broke and making money from touring, and Yachty has actually done a pretty good job of keeping his image clean and making his money through other sources such as endorsements and other things like that. I even have an entire video talking about how is Lil Yachty so rich, where I go into videos talking about how Lil Yachty makes most of his money through endorsements and just other things other than touring and rapping. But from what I've seen, Lil Yachty is actually doing some of the best business of these newer generation artists, and despite not being the most popular, he is still making a lot more money than a lot of bigger artists. So I don't think J. Cole is talking about Yachty here. So you're probably asking yourself, if it's not Pump and it's not Yachty, who is it? I honestly don't think this song is directed at one person in general. I think it's directed at the entire SoundCloud wave we've seen blow up over the past few years, who have decided for whatever reason to take shots at J. Cole. The J. Cole slander over the past year or so has become more of a running joke, and I think J. Cole was really out with this album to silence people, and I think that's exactly what he did here. This album isn't really directed at one person, but more so directed at these entire new wave of rappers who are coming up with a new style of music. I like how this track, Cole, doesn't sound like a salty old man who is simply hating on the new generation for just being different. We see constantly with radio stations and a lot of the older heads in hip hop, they tend to hate on the new generation seemingly for no reason, and they don't give them any props. But in this new album, J. Cole gives them props, but at the same time gives them some valid criticism. I think this leads to this being a better track and stops him from being seen as simply a hater or corny, which is a problem that a lot of conscious rappers seem to have. J. Cole has been doing this for a long time and has seen many faces come and go in the rap game, and the advice that he gives to these artists is actually pretty solid. The way he tackled this entire song is perfect, and the way he tackled this album I thought was really well done, as we've seen a divide in hip hop recently from the new wave and the hip hop purists. With all this said though, I think the project from Cole has been one of my favorites that he's released, and I think it will really get people talking. But what do you guys think? I personally don't think this was directed at Lil Pump or Lil Yachty. I think it might have been really just directed at this SoundCloud wave in general, and I think that a lot of the things said in the song can apply to so many different artists that it just wasn't really directed at one person in particular, but I could always be wrong. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. What do you guys think of the new J. Cole album? Do you think he was taking shots at Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, Smoke Perp? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you dislike the video for some odd reason, be sure to hit the dislike button, and if you're new, how about you subscribe? But yeah guys, this has been Throwaway, and as always, peace out.
Bitch, don't send no DM, gonna sit when I count checks. Bitch, don't send me no